Functions in formulas. Functions. Functions are predefined formulas that perform calculations by using specific values called arguments. Functions can be used to perform simple or complex calculations. The syntax of functions. There is a particular structure in which the functions are written. The structure of a function begins with an equal sign, followed by the function name, an opening parenthesis, the argument separated by commas, and a closing parenthesis. Every function has a specific syntax and you have to provide the arguments accordingly. Arguments can be numbers, text, logical values such as true or false, or cell references. The argument you designate must produce a valid value for that argument. Arguments can also be constants, formulas, or other functions. Example. The following example of the round function illustrates the syntax of a function. 1. Shows the structure of a function as explained above. 2. Round in the name of the function. 3. The cell reference A10 and 2 are the arguments, those are enclosed in parentheses. 4. As you type the function, a tooltip with the syntax and arguments appear. For example, type is equal to round and the tooltip appears. Tooltips only appear for built-in functions. Entering functions. There are two ways of entering formula. First method. Click a cell and type is equal to sign and beginning letters of function. Excel displays a dynamic drop-down list of valid functions below the formula bar started with these letters. You can insert an item from the drop-down list into the formula. Second method. If you do not know the function name for the task you want to do, you can search it. To search for a list of available functions, click a cell and press Shift plus F3. The Insert Function dialog box appears in which you can search a function by giving a brief description of the task you want to do. You can also select from the list of names of the functions displayed in the Insert Function dialog box. After selecting the name of the function, it displays a description of the function and each argument the current result of the function. Using references in formulas. Normally, we refer to a cell or a range of cells on a worksheet that tells Microsoft Excel where to look for the values or data you want to use in a formula. You can also refer to cells on other sheets in the same workbook and to other workbooks. References to cells in other workbooks are called links or external references. The reference style. By default, Excel uses the reference style which refers to columns with letters A to XFT for a total of 16,384 columns and refers to rows with numbers 1 to 10,48,576. These letters and numbers are called row and column headings. To refer to a cell, enter the column letter followed by the row. For example, B2 refers to the cell at the intersection of column B and row 2. To refer to, use the cell in column A and row 10, A10. The range of cells in column A and rows 10 to 20, A10, A20. The range of cells in row 15 and columns B to E, B15, E15. All cells in row 5, 5, 5. To refer to, use all cells in rows 5 to 10, 5, 10. All cells in column H, H, H. All cells in columns H to J, H, J. The range of cells in column A to E and rows 10 to 20, A10, E20. The difference between absolute, relative and mixed references. Relative references. A relative cell reference in a formula is based on the relative position of the cell that contains the formula and the reference cell. If the position of the formula changes to another cell, the reference also changes. If you copy or fill the formula across rows or down columns, the reference automatically adjusts. By default, new formulas use relative references. Absolute references. We put a $ sign before the column letter and before the row number to make the reference absolute. An absolute cell reference in a formula such as $A, $1 always refer to a cell in a specific location. If you copy or fill the formula across rows or down columns, the absolute reference does not adjust. Mixed references. A mixed reference has either an absolute column and relative row or absolute row and relative column. We put a $sign before the column letter or before the row number, whatever we want to make absolute. An example of absolute column reference is $A1 or $B1. $sign is put before the column letter. An example of absolute reference is $1. $sign is put before the row number. When you copy a formula, Excel automatically adjusts the cell references for each new